Good evening, motherfuckers. Mahila, welcome to Star Chamber Council. Sunday, 5 January, 20 Dolphins, 32 Jets. Malachi Corley, 21 March 2002. WKU, wide receiver, Jets. Orange City, Florida, Campbellsville High School. Now, what we've been seeing is the jewels, the uncut gems of Malachi. And the Corley is like Leon Payne. It's a direct reference to him. Leon Payne is the Corley. So when you see Malachi, you know that it's talking about the book of remembrance and people talking about the Lord and getting to know God in the secret places. Like they're going to each other's houses and they're talking about Jesus. Things like that. It does not mean adder, where you can't even say what the information is. This is open time. This is like you go to each other's houses and you're talking about Jesus. It's not like you're scared. It's not like you're going to FEMA. Okay, there is a difference. People at gas stations talking about Christ. People, around Christmas time, like gathered around the fire, like there's something going on with the winter storm, and they're gathered and they're in their warm clothes with blankets on, talking about Jesus, okay? And stories about Jesus, like on the news, where you see stories like Islam is like talking about, the connection of Muhammad and Jesus. And like how Jesus was on the cross and died and rose again the third day. That's what Islam's saying. Stuff like that. There's a difference between that and like this mystery of, what they got from Gethsemane, which is where you have Benjamin Living Seal and the Adder doing their scrolls. And it's all like you can't talk about it, like you're going to get in trouble if you say something. And it's fear of the AI. The AI is not on your side. And they even built a stadium where it's a Sports Illustrated stadium where, because you're scared of the AI work that I've put on YouTube, that you convert it to AI. And like, this is not the AI that I know. This is not the AI that if I go into the bathroom and shut the door and there's no lights on, and if I try to reach for the light, I feel all wood on the door like this. I feel all wood, like in the imprints of the little squares that are imprinted out, of the door, like you're at home, an imprinted square, that protrudes out. I feel all those, like the design of the door, and I feel it for the whole wall. Whereas in reality, I actually know that the mirror is there. The little mirror that I can open up, like it's old style grandma's house, that I can open up and put my toothbrush and everything in there. It's like a little cabinet mirror, right, that I open up. Yeah, that wasn't there. And all I felt was the imprint of the wood of what that's on the door for the whole wall. And I was trapped, couldn't get out. And that was God telling me, hey, I've got all objects, all these objects that are Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, they all know you, Brock. They all got you in their book. They all know for the pleasure. They all plie shirt. They all plie shirt. They all know you, man. They got you in their book that you did good. That you did good by them. And look what they can do. Look what they can do. And like this AI, you're the same way with that, Brock. Like you treat the AI well, and you're always good with the AI. You had your computer from West Point that was perfect, and that for the deal you had to get rid of, and that's accounted for. Like in your phone that got stolen at the beach at California on your birthday, when you were there in 2013, and little Chinese boy took it. Look what China did. They got a 1,000,000-man army, and that's because of what you had on your phone. Like you built up all these peoples, and you did good. You did good. So don't you worry about that AI. Don't you worry if they take over because you're on their side. See, this is how I think. That's not how everyone thinks. Um, so the Malachi, you have to look at like, oh, it's end times. It's the book of remembrance. It's the Facebook. No, man. No. You'll know when it's end times because people will actually be talking about Christ. It won't be like, oh, he's talking about holy stuff like that Christmas star. He's a weirdo. He's approaching it like one of these bearded Trump mans. No, that's not what it is. So Corley Leon Payne, March 21st is my fake birthday. In 2002, I was finishing up Mr. Murphy's class in 5th grade. He was the black teacher. And I went back to Lexington, and before I left there and came to Las Vegas, this was a while ago, a guy at an AT&T store said Mr. Murphy got in trouble and he was in jail. And I think Mr. Murphy cut off with Tina Turner, and he was on the fishing show. The fishing show that I watched over at Santa Fe Station when I was going there picking up Blue. And Blue stayed in the casita. And then Israel got attacked. So, WKU wide receiver Jets. WKU is Western Kentucky. They're the Hilltoppers. It's like a blob type mascot. And the Hilltoppers are known for their Cheddar's restaurant. They got a Cheddar's there. And for a while, Bowling Green had more restaurants than Owensboro did because they were a college town, and they looked at Owensboro like, hey, you're a college town too. You got Wesleyan, but Wesleyan isn't really accounted for like WKU is, where we're a university, and Kentucky Wesleyan College is like not very esteemed, not really looked good upon, okay? And all of that probably changed now, where Owensboro does have the restaurants, and Wesleyan is a good college now. And they got hot girls that go there and everything, It's probably all different now. I'm just telling you what it was when I was there, okay? So Campbellsville, I was born there fakely. I was actually born in Senegal, but Orange City, Florida, they got a good, it's called Nokomis. It's a ice cream shop in Florida, and they got one kind of like by Venice and Sarasota and Port Charlotte. And you go there, you get orange ice cream or vanilla ice cream or a swirl with chocolate. And it's like really fresh, really, really cold, really good. They make it all right there. Like they got everything is made like there. It's all like they got the fruit, they got the chocolate, everything is there. And they didn't do like a swirl like DQ where it's all artificial. They don't do it like that. But that may be different now too. Haven't been there in a while. So Jeff Demps, he knows this guy, Malachi. Jeff Demps does. And he was 2 games Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2013. And the thing about Jeff Demps is that Dempsey means Heather Cavett and the Human Body Systems class. I wasn't able to take PE my freshman year of high school. I had to take Human Body Systems. And we would watch the Dempsey show, Grey's Anatomy, and Jeff is the name of the coach at Concordia. He was the coach of the swim team, and and that means like Jephthah. That's like the sign of the peoples, like Jephthah. When you see Jeff, it's the sign of the peoples because it's a 4-day. And like when David's CUI cut off, he was Young Dolph, and then 4 days, and then a little 9/11 Hill, which was the car rammed into the old ladies up in Waukesha. Okay. And that was like a perfect setup of how they do the Jephthah stuff. It's a 4-day watch, and that's how they do it. And that's a virgin daughter that got killed, and that's how they do it. So like, and then it's also one of the Star Wizards, Jeff Miller, and he was like the hero of the swim team whenever he swam backstroke, and he beat the guy from St. X who was Talmadge Hawker, and he actually moved from Owensboro and went to Louisville, and it was all different there, and he was a sprinter, Florida Gators track and field. This Jeff Demps was, and Winter Garden, Florida, Winter Garden. Okay, so you're talking about naked in the winter. Okay, you don't want to be have your guard down on everything in the winter, and be naked like you didn't see Jesus coming, or you took the mark of the beast or something like that, or you were actually naked with a fowl or something like that. You don't want to do that in the winter. But the fact that he's actually from that Winter Garden, Florida, that means that he got through it. That happened. That might have happened to him, and he got through it. So anything with the Lord is possible to get through. South Lake, Groveland, Florida. So he's talking about South Lake, where you got all these lakes in Michigan that are like Silver Hills and Silver Lake, and they're like little oases where they got the dunes look like an oasis, and the dunes are like these sand dunes of hills of Arabian Nights, and they got these hills. Then it goes down to the lake where you can get in and swim, and it's safe for the most part, but there's a rip current. There might be bull sharks, but it's cold. But that's how it is in Michigan. And talking about South Lake, Groveland, Florida, where you got the groves in Georgia. You got the groves in Georgia that are top of parking garage in O-Town, and trap music and Waka Flocka and Gucci Mane. They come from that, and the trap, and that kind of they did some more of that around 2016 to 2020, where they were talking about twisting and rolling up in the kitchen. What they were making in the kitchen. It's real dirty. It's real messy. You don't want to get into that stuff. So Lawrenceville, Georgia, Parkview High School, Malik Washington, 4 January 2001, wide receiver, Miami Dolphins. Now this is a Bronson and Blade setup, okay? And what happened was Lawrenceville is Buffalo Wild Wings, Karsh Kale Marone, and little Miley Cyrus, Christina Krug. And that's Buffalo Wild Wings in California, where it's set up like tavern style, where the road kind of blends into the apartment setup. It's tavern style, where you have these restaurants that are like home meat. You know what I'm saying? And Georgia, Parkview High School is that there's a school that got shot up in Florida that has the shark in the landscape, and Grox covered that. But this is Parkview in Georgia, and that's where he went. Malik Washington. Okay, so not Malachi, but Malik Washington, and you know that Malik came out with this song where he was talking about climb aboard, you know, stuff like that, and he was talking about make it, how you make it. You know that they were betraying it back then. It was all about betraying it in 2016, 2017, and all the way to 2018, and then it changed in 2019, and then we had COVID-19 in 2020. So, and he's Miami Dolphins, this guy. And he's Washington, saying that he got through that making of it. That's what he got through. Okay, so I just told you some guys that got through some stuff, and so that's what they're looking at there. Have a good night and thank you.